Hey, what's up everyone? TJ here. We're out at Mammoth Mountain doing a free ride board test with Snowboard Mag, and today we're checking out the Arbor Crosscut Camber. I'm gonna go through all the tech you're gonna find in this board. I'll share some feedback on how it's feeling out here on snow. And if you wanna read even more details about it, you can check out the feature on snowboardmag.com. I'll have that link down in the description below. Let's check it out. All right guys, for reference, before we get into the tech, I'm 5'10", I weigh around 150 pounds, and I rode this snowboard in a 158. So the Crosscut Camber is gonna be a free ride and powder focus snowboard on the Arbor lineup. It is gonna have an overall directional shape and directional design. So part of that is a directional outline. You're gonna find a longer nose than tail outside the contact points, giving you more surface area up front for better float and powder, as well as a slight taper and setback. On the 158, you're gonna find 9 millimeters of taper, so a slightly narrower tail that's gonna reduce the surface area in the back, again, helping this board float a little bit easier in soft snow, and a 10 millimeter setback, shifting the bindings a little bit closer to the tail of this snowboard, naturally helping to keep your weight further back. All that stuff is gonna work together to enhance the overall powder experience, making this board more maneuverable and helping it float easier in soft snow. As far as the profile of this snowboard, this is going to be a full camber board. It runs Arbor's parabolic camber, which is part of their camber system. So that's going to be a little bit of a heavier camber between the feet that starts to taper off and get a little bit mellower towards the contact points, but overall going to have that full camber shape to it. It's going to provide a more powerful, precise, and energetic feel. You're also going to find Arbor's Grip Tech side cut, which is 2 added contact points placed right underfoot on both the heel and the toe edge, so 4 added contact points total. It's quite noticeable and it's going to help bite down on firm or icy conditions to help give the board a more confident and in-control feel, as well as their uprise fenders. So at the main contact points in the nose and tail, both the base and edge is beveled up slightly, about 3 degrees, to give this board a more catch-free feel on hardpack. Other than that, you're also going to find a hand-dyed ash wood power ply for the top sheet. So that's a real wood top sheet on this snowboard. It's going to make every board unique with the wood grain, and a super simple clean graphic by Aaron Draplin. And the reason they call it a power ply is that since it is real wood, it's going to offer some benefits, increasing the overall energy and the dampening out of this snowboard. And the last thing I want to call out is that you're also going to get a sintered base in this snowboard, which is a higher end base material that's known to be harder, faster, and more durable compared to an extruded base. But you do want to make sure you're waxing this board often to maintain a nice glide out there. And that's it for a quick tech breakdown. Let's get into how this board feels out on the mountain. All right, let's start off talking about the flex. So I'd say for me, at around 150 pounds on the 158, this felt like a pretty solid mid flex, maybe just a little bit on the stiffer side of medium, with a torsional flex to match. So pretty sturdy snowboard overall, definitely capable for some all mountain exploring and doing more free ride focused riding, while that stiffer torsional flex is going to help you power through more variable and choppy conditions. It's going to offer a responsive feel, but still going to allow for pretty easy turn initiation as well. So it has a nice versatile feel to it flex-wise, in my opinion. This board's also going to come through with a lot of energy, and I do think that the flex is pretty consistent throughout the snowboard in both the nose and the tail. So pretty much any energy you load up in this snowboard, it's going to give back. It's going to have some good snap and some good pop to it if you are in a situation where you're trying to get this board in the air. And while I wouldn't say this board was designed with butters and flat ground type tricks in mind, the longer directional nose is going to offer a pretty nice platform to balance on if you are leaned into the nose trying to do that kind of stuff. Going to offer some nice pop and energy on the exit of those types of tricks. While the uprise fenders are actually going to help to make the board quite catch-free as well. So definitely still capable for doing that kind of stuff if you're trying to do that, but I wouldn't say that's a focus for this one. I also want to talk about the carving experience you're going to get with the Crosscut Camber, and there's 2 specs I want to highlight. First is the waist width. So at a 158, you're going to get a pretty average waist width coming in at 254 millimeters. Going to be versatile and capable out there, as well as a above average side cut. So with Arbor snowboards, the way they create that grip tech, those added contact points underfoot, actually has to do with the side cut. and it's a tri-radial unblended side cut. So what that means is that between the feet, there's a slightly tighter side cut, and outside on the tip and tail, it's a little bit longer. On the 158, you're gonna find a 9.1 meter radius outside and an 8.2 meter radius inside. So all above average, and overall gonna throw you into longer, more drawn out carves. And because those different side cut radiuses are unblended, where they come together, you're gonna get that bump in the side cut that creates the grip tech. So pretty cool. And not only is that gonna, give you the benefits of grip tech on firm snow, which is great for all mountain exploring, especially in variable or kind of sketchy conditions, but it makes the board a little bit more comfortable at high speeds. And I would say that this is a board that does feel comfortable going fast. One thing though, with the longer nose outside the front contact points, if you really start to push it, you might start to find a little bit of chatter out there, but it's not so bad that I feel like it's something that's going to be limiting. All the wood in this snowboard does offer some nice dampening. It's going to help mellow that out and iron out that chatter before it actually starts to get to your feet and cause any issues. So overall, I'd say definitely a really fun carving snowboard, going to be comfortable at those higher speeds, and something that's going to make this board have a really good feel as you're out there exploring, cruising around the entire resort. Now with that said, the design of this snowboard is for a more free ride, powder, all mountain approach to your riding. But if you do want the novelty of taking a directional board in the park, this isn't going to be the worst choice per se. It does have a significant amount of tail to it. You do want to watch out for that longer nose to make sure you're not clipping up, and could hold it down in the park, but not something that's going to be a strong suit or something that I'd necessarily recommend. It's definitely more of a novelty type thing. And while we didn't have any powder for the test out at Mammoth, unfortunately, I think with the overall directional design in this snowboard, that directional shape, the taper, the setback, it's going to have a pretty good feel in soft snow. And one other thing I want to call out in that regard is this long nose I've been calling out. It's like a shallow planing nose, which has a really good feel in softer snow. From my past experience, it helps glide on top of soft snow a little bit better. So not a board I'd hesitate to take out on a POW day. Wish we could have had some soft snow for the test, but you can just tell by looking at this thing, it's going to be capable on those days as well. Overall, I'd say the Crosscut Camber is going to be a little better suited for you more experienced riders looking for that slightly more situation specific type of board that still offers some nice versatility for cruising the entire resort without an overly aggressive feel to it. So if you're looking for something like that, consider the Crosscut Camber. I'm going to have this snowboard linked down in the description below. And if camber's not your thing, they do offer this snowboard in a rocker version as well, so you could also check that one out. If you've had a chance to ride this snowboard, let us know what you think about it down in the comments. You can leave any questions for me down there as well. Drop a like if you got some value. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in a new board review next time. Take care, everybody.